friends, and welcome back to Ghouls Night In, the spooky chat show with your best ghoul friends. I'm Penny Snark.
And I'm Midge Munster. And Penny, we are in the week of Valentine's Day coming up upon us. We somehow made it to February.
Hey!
We did it. We did it,
Joe. Team.
And with Valentine's Day coming up, it's likely that many of you will receive roses from a loved one to show their affection for you. Very likely, in fact. I was reading that Valentine's Day sees over 250 million roses produced and sold worldwide.
Dang.
With over 75% of those being red roses. And the very fun part about this is that you can thank our favorite people, those crazy Victorians, for this tradition. So we're going to talk today a bit about the Victorian language of flowers.
I
Good
love
stuff.
it.
And in preparation for today's episode, I read a couple of books. I this is so stupid, but this is this topic I adore, and I own a bunch of books about this. So when I went to write this episode, I was like, oh, I have many reference books. I'm something of a scholar.
That's always the best feeling, when you're just like, oh, let me just open up this book I have.
Yes, let me attend to my library. So I used a couple books here. I have The Complete Language of Flowers, A Definitive and Illustrated History by S. Teresa Dietz. And I also have the beautiful, highly recommend purchasing this if you're a flower nerd, Jessica Rue book, Floriography, An Illustrated Guide to Victorian Language of Flowers. Really, really beautiful. I think we might have talked about this a bit. Gosh, this has been 2 years ago now, but there was a Christmas where I made a list and I got a bag, an oracle deck, this book, and maybe something else. And I was opening everything. I was like, wow, all this art style is so similar. And it's all Jessica Rue, but for different, she had done a line for Fable. She had done, different things. So I am apparently a massive Jessica Rue girl.
There you go.
And her art's really cool, and this book is awesome. And then I also read a really interesting Time article by Rachel E. Greenspan about the history of roses for Valentine's Day specifically. So if you're looking for some more information about flowers, those are great resources. But we're going to get into it here. As you know, from our many forays into Victorian culture here on Ghouls Night In, the Victorians were a wild bunch, and because of the decorum and overall kind of repression of that time period, feelings were not so much openly spoken about. There are lots of different interesting coded languages in general from Victorian times, which I'm sure at some point we will get into here. Things like fan language and glove language and the like.
So many codes.
But because of that, we get Victorian flower language, or floriography, which is a coded system where flowers, plants, and the ways that they were arranged conveyed specific messages. This is just me being stupid. Every time I see the word floriography, I want to do a sketch comedy bit that's the song choreography from White Christmas.
I was literally had it in my head, right? I was literally sitting here going, they're doing floriography. Oh my god, same brain.
My brain is it's like blokes who wrote notes aren't writing anymore. They're doing floriography.
So good. I love it.
So keep an eye for that on my YouTube channel if I inevitably decide to get back into sketch comedy. I'll do a full Danny Kaye
floriography parody.
But in this era that prized restraint, especially where matters of love, desire, and any kind of strong feeling, grief, anything like that, flowers became kind of this socially acceptable way to communicate feelings that could not be spoken out loud. So the early popularization of this is credited to a woman named Lady Mary Wortley Montagu.
Good name.
And she is the wife of a British ambassador to Turkey in the 18th century. And she was enthralled by the Turkish version of flower language. And Lady Montagu wrote a series of letters home to England in 1716, so quite a bit before the Victorian era. And she describes the Turkish tradition to her people at home. But the way she describes it, well, I have a quote here. "There is no color, no flower, no weed, no fruit, herb, pebble, or feather that has not a verse belonging to it. And you may quarrel, reproach, or send letters of passion, friendship, or civility, or even news without ever inking your fingers." These letters get published in 1763, but interestingly, she kind of completely misunderstood the Turkish custom.
What a shock.
Yeah, wild. So in a book called The Language of Flowers, A History, Beverly Seton explains that this tradition, which is in the Turkish language called selam, but a lot of Europe calls it Turkish love letters, they would not necessarily assign significance to the flowers or the objects themselves, but rather, which this is even wilder to me, they relate specifically to words that rhyme with the objects or the flowers. So not like florography where we're assigning meaning to the flower itself, but with this you would create kind of a bundle, either with flowers wrapped, or they would include like locks of hair, pearls, any kind of different objects wrapped in a handkerchief, and it would basically be like a cryptic poem where the receiver would then have to decipher the message by figuring out what words rhymed with the objects included and then arrange them into a complete like verse of poetry.
Yeah. Like a kind of like a weird rebus.
Yeah, a little bit. Extremely complicated.
Yes, I was going to say that sounds like quite a puzzle to receive.
It sounds like I'm actually not going to find out what you meant. Like,
I feel like I'd always end up getting like stuck on one thing where I'd be like, Rose, nose, pose, goes. What are you trying to tell me?
Yeah, that's. I know my attention span, and that gift's getting thrown out. You're like, I don't know. Say it with your words. I don't know. But regardless of Lady Montagu's complete misunderstanding of this, a century later, these letters that get published do inspire a woman by the name of Louise Contrambert, or rather writing under the pen name of Madame Charlotte de la Tour, to write the book Le Langage des Fleurs. So that gets published in France in 1819. And that is the first official kind of dictionary of florography, like as we know it now. And it's a complete alphabetical guide to flowers and what they mean. And that sets off this Victorian era flower craze.
For this lady, for Le Language de Flowers, was she like building off of anything, or like is the vibe that she was just like, yes, lilacs, trust, done, next?
Yes, great segue. Thank you, Penny.
Okay, I was like, I wasn't sure if this was gonna be part of the topic.
So yes and no, like both things are true.
Both things, yeah.
A lot of this is believed to be built off of either different cultural things where, like, you know, the ancient Egyptians believed this meant this, There's also a lot of Shakespeare in here.
Okay.
A lot of Shakespeare.
I mean, you got to have your Billy Shakes.
Yeah, you gotta have your Billy Shakes. But then there's also some that is built directly off of like Victorian superstitions. They, like, as an example, honeysuckle was a thing at this time that the Victorians would put that under their pillow, and that was supposed to be like a, you know, then you dream about your loved one kind of thing, and so that got ascribed like an affection meaning because you're dreaming of your loved one. So it's a lot of bits and pieces from all over time and space.
Sure.
But it's also a lot of her being like, this seems like what that flower probably means.
Totally. I mean, once you've gone through all the things that like already kind of exist with their own meaning, you got to be like, well, I've got all these other flowers that got to have a meaning too.
I know at some point that Miss de la Tour was like, damn, there's a lot of flowers. Right? Oh, so many. But more even into this, you know, what was the meaning and why. So obviously, as a lot of these kind of things do, women in particular get very into this, really drawn to this language, and they are using this book to make small floral arrangements. Penny, do you know anything about this? Do you know? Okay, I was like, do you already know what these little bouquets are called?
Oh, is this a nosegay?
It is a nosegay. It's also, specifically though, because nosegay, that term predates the Victorian era. Okay. That's like a Middle English thing. But in this era specifically, they're called Tussie Mussies.
See, and I was already being like, what's a funny word? Is it nosegay?
Well, that sounds like God. Both of these separately sound like derogatory terms for queer people.
Right? I'm going to say Tussie Mussie definitely is what you call a lesbian.
I was going to say that's lesbians and then gays.
Yes. Yeah.
Tussie Mussies and nosegays. Yeah. But so these little arrangements are kind of the big popular.
Yes.
Of course they're doing, you know, normal bouquets where you have a whole thing you can hold, but these are more wearable, almost like corsages, but they're in these little like metal cones. I guess kind of like a boutonniere in some ways, like, but a little metal cone. You put all the little flowers in there, and then you can wear it. You can either pin it to you. It can be worn around hanging from the waist. And boy howdy. So different flowers, different colors of different flowers, different sizes of blossoms.
Oh no.
Right.
I was like, girl, you made it way too hard on yourself if you're going to get sizes in there.
Uh-huh. And all of these can convey 1,000 different sentiments. And then, to make it all the more interesting, when all was said and done, there were 9 editions of the English translation of Le Langage des Fleurs printed within the 3 decades of its first publication. And with each new edition, things would get a little different. They'd include mostly, you know, we're adding illustrations and things like that, but we're also adding new meanings for flowers.
No, you can't be doing that.
But they were, Penny. They were.
You can't tell me that a yellow daffodil means I hate you now.
And then, to add even another layer, if a woman is given a Tussie Mussie, then where you wear it, you have to be really precise about where you wear it, because that means different things. And not just like, oh, the chest is this versus the waist is this. If a suitor gave you a Tussie Mussie and you pin it on your chest, if it's too far center towards the cleavage, that would be basically friend zoning that suitor, versus pushing it to the left a little over the heart is an unambiguous declaration of love for him.
See, I thought you were going to say that putting it too close to the cleavage was like a scandalo, like that was like too slutty.
Yeah, I know. I like that the idea is like, well, if you pin it right in the tits...
Friend zone. Classic friend zone.
Classic friend zone behavior. If you stick it right between your boobies and just hold it there, you don't even pin it.
It means you're not interested.
It means you're not interested. If you put it right where he would motorboat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's this, and then there's also, Penny, guess what? Another layer where you can tell the answer to a question by which hand you present the bouquet with. If the answer to the question is yes, you give it with the right hand. If the answer is no, you give it with the left hand. And sometimes even if a bow is tied around the bouquet, the direction the bow is turned can mean something different. Whether it's whether the message is for the person presenting versus receiving. So now, as you can see, this might possibly get a little bit messy.
Yes, this is rife for miscommunication and hilarious complications.
I need you to know that literally my note says, although we're here today to talk about Valentine's Day and romance, we can't ignore the hilarity that this trend ensued.
Yes.
I mean, even just thinking, what this particularly made me think of is, well, two things. One, this is Victorian era text messaging.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this is how things and tone and, like, just go completely misconstrued. Very, very funny. But it also brought up, so one of the things I specifically looked up in this book, because I was curious, my husband gets me yellow roses for Valentine's Day every year, because yellow is my favorite color. But I also know that, like, yellow roses tend to mean friendship. That's the, like, thing for it, which I've always liked, because especially when Taylor and I first started dating, I didn't like I love you very much, so we always said you're my best friend to each other. Bye. So I loved the yellow rose thing. But in later texts, yellow roses could either mean friendship or infidelity. Which are like couldn't be more opposite meanings.
No, yeah. See, I was gonna say, what's the bow looking like on those yellow roses, man?
Which way is that?
Which hand did he give them to you with?
So, misunderstandings definitely become a big thing here. People, are ending relationships or what have you based on messages that the flowers didn't intend. But what I also just love about this, and again, we're gonna get it back to lovey-dovey Valentine's Day topics, I promise. But first, because the co-host of this podcast, last name is Snark, we are going to talk about the pure vitriol that you could communicate with a small bouquet. Because some of these flower meanings are positively wild. For this segment, I am going to be directly referencing Jessica Rue's book here, so buckle in. One I wanted to point out was nettle.
Yeah.
Which obviously nettle, is not like it has a vibe already.
Yeah.
Stingy. But it specifically, the meaning behind it was cruelty. And one thing I really love about this book is she has what you could pair it with to send a message. So that's the other thing. There's a whole level here of warning bouquets. Like sending which is like the slowest way I can imagine to warn another person.
Right.
That something is happening. But I guess everything was like...
I was going to say, life moves slower back then.
Yeah, it's not like... they're not calling each other up to tell them that that's happening. But yeah, you could pair it with oleander to warn someone that their betrayal has been discovered. And I also put oleander on here because it was a cautionary flower. And a lot of, like, interesting because a lot of these too, they what's the word I'm wanting to say? Like, there's a lot of like poisonous flowers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, imagine sending somebody like belladonna and being like,
right.
Did you get my message?
Did you get my flowers?
Did you get my flowers? I also really liked sunflower. I looked that one up because that is my mom's favorite flower.
Sure.
But it specifically was false riches.
Oh.
And this was believed to be derived from the ancient Inca specifically, but that it was to tell people that they had come by their riches in a bad way.
Oh, okay.
You could pair it with lavender to indicate distrust in your business partner.
So there may be multiple answers to this, but when you're sending like a mean bouquet, is the idea that it's like I Penny am like, man, Midge is really pissing me off lately. I'm gonna send her this bouquet about how I don't trust her business practices, or is it more like I'm like, oh, I'm warning Midge that someone close to her has bad business practices?
Yes, could be both.
Oh.
Could be both. So yeah, I think the probably more common way was, especially with these warning bouquets, I think the latter is more common, of like a warning to like be aware of people around you. But no, there were absolutely people sending these directly.
See, because I'm picturing as we're talking about like, oh, this is kind of like text messages. I'm like, this is also kind of like those Facebook groups that are like, are you dating this man? Yes. Where everybody talks about stuff. So I feel like you just be like, ooh, I saw Midge stepping out with Reginald. I better send her some nettles and let her know that the trail is on afoot.
Well, specifically, there's in here a recipe for a bouquet for warnings that includes begonia for warning, oleander for caution, lavender for distrust, and foxglove for secrecy. Mm-hmm. And I feel like and then combine the following in a bouquet and fasten with a bright red band. Oh. So that's how you can let me know that you were dating the same man.
I'll keep an eye out.
I don't know how he's traveling back and forth from Milwaukee to
especially in the Victorian times.
Yeah, what kind of carriage does he have? But of course, again, we're here to talk about love. Not warning. So
no one's ever needed to be warned about their Valentine.
Never. So what flowers might you all send to your Valentines this week to show them affection? Yes. Of course, we have to start with the rose.
Of course.
This is supposedly the best that they believe is that this is from a rose by any name. By any other name would
that classic quote. A rose.
The classic Shakespeare quote, that rose do smell good.
That rose smells so damn good, girl.
No matter what you call it, that rose be fine. Yes. So that is where they believe that she got this particular, where roses start getting associated with romance, because they also had a very specific tie to like religion and Christ before this as well, because the 5 petals were seen as like the 5 points of crucifixion on Jesus, and then the thorn crown, of course,
obviously,
and then like red, the blood of Christ. So yeah, roses had a real like Jesus-y vibe for a while.
Say Jesus really lost out on the rose, like.
Yeah, I haven't bought anybody crucifixion roses on Easter. No. But they become very specifically red, very associated with romance. But you could also, of course, because we like to make it complicated, change the tone of your rose depending on how you wanted to show up. So you could send a blush rose for a new romance, for a soft blossoming romance. The deeper the red, the more passionate and devoted your love was. You can also be creepy and send a white rose for like purity and virginity. Which also, I hate this. The degree of the opening of the rose buds are like a chastity thing.
Ew.
Right, same. But if you wanted to communicate that you were chaste, you might send a little white rosebud to your lover.
I'm just cackling at the idea of being like, oh yes, this rosebud is for my chastity, and this giant, beautiful bloom is just my open lips for you.
This is my whore rose.
This is my whore rose.
So yeah, lots going on with the rose. You could also do a camellia for longing. Buttercup was used to show people that they were radiant and charming. And then, as we mentioned, honeysuckle, of course, for affection and dreaming of your love. You could also communicate that you are looking for love by putting out a bouquet for courting. So if you're looking to strike up a new romance this Valentine's Day, you're going to
take a note.
Yeah, you're going to want to get some blush roses, like we talked about just now, for that blossoming romance. Some cornflower for hope in love. Some sweet William for gallantry. And then honeysuckle for devoted affection. And you're going to tie all that up in a silky red ribbon and put that knot on your cleavage.
So are with these roses, am I expressing my whorishness or the whorishness of the person that I'm hoping to attract?
I think probably you're gonna want to showcase. Well, it depends on which way you tie the ribbon.
Exactly.
Because if you tie it towards you, it's about you. If you tie it towards
All
them,
right.
it's about them. So just to be careful which way you turn that ribbon when you give it to them. But, of course, like as Penny mentioned, some of our Valentines need to be not treated so nicely. And so if you... well, this isn't even if you're not treated nicely. If you were too loud with your affections, you could send someone some hellebore, which would... specifically, the meaning that is listed here is, we shall overcome scandal and slander.
Oh.
So if you have some scandal and slander going on in your relationship, get some hellebore. And then if you are feeling spurned by your lover, send them some basil, because basil means hate.
Ooh.
And then if
make some pesto, you asshole.
Yeah. Take it to the Italian restaurant. Don't eat Italian food on Valentine's Day. Loaded with hate. All that basil. And then if you're feeling really, really salty, you can purposely send somebody some dead flowers and let them know that it's over.
There you
go. So Penny, I thought a fun way to close out this episode was to look up in my book here some of our favorite flowers.
Yeah.
And learn about their meanings. Are you a person who has a favorite flower?
I do. I do. I have several flowers that I like. I would say probably my favorite is peony.
That is one of mine that I have listed.
Hey.
So let's find out together. Yeah, mine are. Peony and daisy are my two favorites. Oh, so okay, peony is bashfulness.
Oh, I'm so shy. We're
bashful.
so demure.
You know that the gal that dresses up as the Lorax?
Yes.
She goes, "Oh, I'm bashful." Oh, I didn't know. Now I'm bashful.
That's
Everybody say,
for
"Don't
ya."
be bashful, Lorax." Origin. In ancient Greece, it said that nymphs could turn themselves into peony flowers to avoid being seen by humans. Bashful creatures by nature, they wished to hide from mortal eyes. Likewise, even in full bloom, peonies' petals curl inward, protecting their delicate centers. Aww.
Wow, very nice.
And you can pair that with foxglove as a gift for a to let somebody know you're a secret admirer.
Oh yes, because you're so shy.
Because you're bashful. Let's see. So like I said, my other favorite is daisies, which are for innocence, childhood, and purity.
Oh.
Daisies often associated with innocence, childhood, and purity in a number of folklore traditions. In Norse mythology, the daisy is tied to Freya. Oh, I love Freya. Goddess of fertility, motherhood, and childbirth. In Celtic traditions, daisies grew for the spirits of children who died in birth. Aww. And in ancient Roman mythology, the nymph Belides turns herself into a daisy to preserve her innocence while she is pursued by Vertumnus, the god of seasons. Wow, I'm just so innocent.
You're so
and bashful.
So innocent and bashful. Look up hydrangea for me.
Yeah, I love a hydrangea. Oh, we went too far.
Ah.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
Hydrangea. Boastfulness or heartlessness.
Yep. You get the daisy, I get the hydrangea. It's true.
But we both get peonies, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm bashfully boastful.
And I've always said that about you. The hydrangea's negative association with boastfulness and heartlessness comes from its bountiful and round blooms. Well, see, you're too bountiful and round.
I am too bountiful and round, it's true.
Large and abundant, this magnificent...
Why did they write this book about me, Midge?
The magnificent flower only produces a few seeds, supporting the notion that they are all show and little substance.
I hear no lies.
Oh, well, I think that one's a good one to go out on.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, wow, that
man.
got me, gal. So, there you have it. A little journey into Victorian florography. Like I said, pick up some of these books. And the other one, that Complete Language of Flowers by S. Teresa Dietz, is a really, really cool, like, compendium that has a lot of, like, notes about folklore and, like, goes a lot more into the different colors of each flower and what that can mean, and even some, like, magical properties of plants. So, really, really cool thing. Be like me and have books and be a scholar.
Just be a bashful, innocent scholar.
I'm just bashful. If you all enjoyed this episode, we would love to chat with you more about it and hear what your favorite flowers are. And the best way you can chat with us is by joining our Discord channel. That is a silly fun time, and we have a lot of good conversations over there. I'm sure we will be talking a lot about Penny's lack of substance.
Yes. My bountiful lack of substance.
And if you would like to share with us your enjoyment of this pod, or, you know, if you'd like to share your distaste and send us some nettle, you can do that by writing a review. The millennials' flower language.
Yes.
The Yelp review. You can leave us a review wherever you listen, or if you cannot, you can always send us those in an Instagram DM or leave us a comment on Spotify, which Penny has to share with us today.
I do. I got a interesting comment on our Abandoned Places episode that I thought you would appreciate, Midge. This is from Denise, who says, I've geocached in cemeteries. It's interesting to see the old tombstones. They were always my favorite places to do that. We used to use a storm drain as a shortcut to go to a friend's house.
What?
We could avoid crossing the busy road by taking that route. It was safer, and since we were kids, we didn't find it creepy. Our parents even thought that it was a safer route. So there you go. People, I'm just baffled by people going around in storm drains, but apparently it happens more often than I think.
You should send them a bouquet of warning.
I should. Watch out.
Watch out. That drain is...
See, now I'm like, what bouquet would Pennywise send?
Well, balloons are... You can get a balloon bouquet.
Oh, that's true. I'll send a bouquet of warning with a red balloon attached, and that should let everyone know what's going on.
Wrapped around a bunch of flowers. That's a good one. Yeah. Well, good to know that there are other weirdos out there that were crawling in storm drains and geocaching. If you would like to spend some more time with us, see pictures of flowers, probably. You can follow us over on Instagram at GhoulsNightInPod. And if you're looking for me, you can find me all over the web at Midge Munster.
And you can find me at Penny Snark.
And until next time.
Goodbye.